So if any of us were with us 2 years ago, one of the games we played in the first round of the NCAA team was Wofford, which is from the same conference, and that's all. And if you remember that game, they missed a three. We were up by 7 or 8 at half, and I think we ended up couldn't get away from it until the very end. That was very similar type of team. This team is, I think they're picked third in that league. East Tennessee State and Tennessee Chattanooga are good, but that was a great challenge for us to play a smart team. They played great transition defense. They milked the clock a little bit, and then they attacked us beautifully. So I loved our approach to it, and frankly, we needed something like that. Zach Irvin made a couple really big shots, and Derek Walton hit a huge shot. We haven't had that other than the Texas game. We've either been so far ahead or behind in two of the losses that we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to learn from that adversity. So really happy that team will get us a lot of RPI points this year, I think, because I think they'll win a lot of games in their league. And they were really well coached.
Brandon?
Hey, Coach. What's sort of the feeling that when you're in this close game and it's the two guys, Zach and Derek, who really step up for you guys in the last 3-4 minutes and just get the job done?
Yeah, I mean, and we went with Zach mostly during that time. Derek just it didn't seem like Derek was on his A game like we'd like him to be. I just encouraged him to be positive and shoot it when he was open. But not only was, how many assists did Zach end up with at the end of it? Seven. We were playing through Zach at that point. Now they switched screens, they hedge screens, they hard edge screens. He saw a lot of it, and tomorrow we'll work at that.
Chris?
Talk about the defensive stops the last two.
Yeah, we had to do that. They did something where they would just brush screen and drive it right downhill on us, and that's a concern. But when you have, I hope we do this to other teams, when you have 4 shooters out there, it is really hard to give any help and stay in front of your guy when the guy's that quick as their guards were. So we had to do that at the end. I'm really grateful that Derek hit that 3. I would have not liked to guard them up 3 late. They got too many guys that can get open 3 even by themselves. So I'm pleased to get it that way.
Over here with Larry.
Speak to the evolution of Wagner, the confidence he has gotten in himself, and in turn his teammates in him that is kind of snowballing.
Yeah, every day is a new day in some respects for us. That he's doing something that's new, and then there's other days where. Like today, right, he couldn't make a shot, right, from 3, but we can get him open a lot. But he'll fix all those things. But just the idea he's playing harder, he's learning to play defense so much. He's so far above where he was last year. There's still gaps, right, but the kid's fun to coach because he lets things roll right off his back, and then he's ready to go the next day.
Brendan?
John, what are your biggest takeaways from non-conference play?
Say again?
Your biggest takeaways from non-conference play?
I was just asked that by Matt Shepard, and I said we have to have a mindset that when things aren't going well, that we have to still be confident. We got to play with faith in our ability and not fear. And I see that a couple of times, that when we're playing in a game, this is my negative take, is that there's sometimes I got to put my arm around people and tell them how good they are. And that's something that we got to really grow in that area, and it's history. Next play. I think we got a group of guys that have no agendas except to win. I do know that, no agendas. There's nobody that is trying right now to say, well, he's in an NBA tryout every day or something, or that he is a malcontent because he's not playing and getting enough shots. We have a connected team of good kids that just need a little bit more grit. Hopefully we got some of that today.
Do you have anyone that you think has an unwavering confidence?
I think Zach's probably the closest to it, and he's grown a lot in that area. In his sophomore year, he would go up and down a little bit. He's probably grown in that in a great deal, and I think Mo was on that cusp as well, and that's a good thing.
Right over here with Zach.
DJ had a pretty quiet first half, but he was able to bounce back, make some big plays in the second half. Was that a sign of?
Well, his rebound was big. He didn't have to do anything on the one cut where Derek, of all people, set a great back screen to get him open, and Duncan hit him. But it was that rebound and then finishing the foul shots. I mean, when do you see us go 4 for 20 and win? It doesn't happen very often. And then from 3, and then go 16 for 16 from the foul line. And, you know, if you saw DJ last year, you know, we do all these pressure foul shooting drills in practice. DJ was not good at that. And now for him to go down and knock down, and Mo today, you know, has not been shooting as well from the foul line. Did he go 4 for 4? Yeah, he made them all. So
3 for 3.
we made, just making good strides in that area.
Andrew?
Going back to Mo, you had said he would need to develop some counters to the counters
Yep.
of teams. Did you see in the second
Yeah,
half
yeah,
they were
that
doing
one time
things?
we just isolated him in the middle. He needed to go behind his back or spin dribble and get to the other side. He kept forcing it to the side. So there's these times, exactly what I was speaking about with Larry before, there's these times that he's, and I've said this for 2 years, he's going to make a play look so easy. And then again, he's going to make a play look so hard that he just has to read it. So there's this process that he's going through that, just imagine 4 years with this, and it brings a great attitude every day. You got a chance to be a really good Michigan player.
Chris?
What happened at the start of the second half? They came out.
Yeah, you know, we got a couple good looks right away. We didn't knock them down, but that's a concern, and that's we still have to do a better time during that time of our leadership huddling up and knowing this is a 6-point game, and we dodged a bullet. We missed a switch, and they had a wide open 3 from the Toledo kid who can really shoot, Bean, and missed it. And then all of a sudden they came around. We didn't have the grit you need coming right out. Once again, we miss, something bad happens at the other end. We can't have that attitude.
Brendan? Brendan?
John, this was your 750th win,
I
apparently?
just heard that. I heard that.
Is this your favorite one?
Yeah, yes. The last win is the best win ever. And obviously with the holidays coming up, the family all being home, it made Christmas much better for the Beilines, without question. So I'm happy that it's better than being whatever it was before this game.
Okay, well, in all seriousness on that, I asked Zach, you know, when you have a guy who's coached as many games as you have, and he said you'll cite teams from Canisius and stuff like
Yeah.
this as examples, talking to them, they don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. The wealth of, whatever, years that
Yeah.
you have, how much of that is translatable to guys like this, if that makes any sense?
No, it's all transmitted. I mean, I don't want to bore them to death with the story. I can tell them of something that happened in a game way back when, or in a practice, or in a recruiting situation. So, but I'm always drawing on it, and unfortunately, probably a big flaw is I probably draw more on some of the bad things that have happened. But at the same time, I think I have to probably do a better job of realizing you got 750 wins. How did you get there? What are the good things that are happening so you keep doing those even better?